Hi guys, today in this tutorial we are going to show how you can create a short demo of an e-commerce website when you add a product to a shopping bag and another product after it. So we're going to do the demo for two products and see how this shopping bag has the number 1 and 2 when you add them. And by the way, this tutorial was requested by Mariam, one of the subscribers. Yeah, it took me some time to get to it, and I apologize for that. Yeah, I had a rough week, but anyway, that's okay. So the important thing is we got to it at the end. And so this is what we're going to do. So I'm clicking add to bag, and then I see this shopping cart, sorry, shopping bag, more right to say, cart, bag, anyway, same thing, opens, and then I can close it, okay, and I can open it again, and I can remove it. I can add the product again. I can add another one. Clicking here adds another product. I can remove this product. I can close it. I can add another one here, close it. So you see we're kind of like giving all the combinations, and you see that the numbers here change. If I remove this product, it changes to 1. If I remove this product, it empties the shopping bag. So basically this is what we're going to create, and the way I did it is I made this whole thing sticky. So if I am scrolling the website again, of course that's a demo website that I just made from illustrations, I mean my illustrations. I will give the materials as well, so you can download the materials of this website, so you will have it. So even when we scroll, still we have the same actions happening here, and we can still use what we did here. And again, as I'm always saying, we are demoing a behavior. We don't have to do it from for like I don't know, 5 or 6 or 10 products. We do it for 1 or 2. We show the behavior, and that's what's important, and that's it. By the way, of course, the designs, I mean, you will do it according to your designs and your needs, and each one of course will take it to where he needs to take it with his designs. Okay, so basically that's it. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I just did the page a bit longer, and I added kind of like a demo footer, kind of like more to give it of a let's say a website feeling. And I'm not gonna focus on all the items and paginations and the filters and stuff like that. I'm just gonna focus today on the shopping cart. I mean, how to do all this interaction, what I showed a minute ago. Okay, so the only thing that I brought here is, as I said, this page, of course, with all the items inside it. And I have this icon, kind of like this part, which will sit actually instead of this one. Okay, and actually I can remove this anyway, so it will sit instead of it. And I didn't want to waste time of kind of building this, but you can download it and you will have it. And it's a very simple structure. I did use auto layout, by the way. New features in auto layout, I mean, mostly it just looks different, but the behavior, the basic behavior of auto layout didn't really change, except a few improvements which are great, by the way. But I will cover it, I guess, in another tutorial. Anyway, the structure is, I have this shape here, and there's this one item and the X, and anyway, this is a frame just that holds this illustration with product name, price, etc. We have a divider, which I need to call it, basically, let's call it a separator. And you have the total price here, buttons, and etc. That's it. Basically, it's quite a basic structure. And let's see how to start creating our wanted situation. Okay, so I'm going to take this icon. I'm going to work, by the way, also with components and variants. And if you are not familiar with that, so please, I have other tutorials. I definitely suggest you check them out. Components and variants. I will put links also in the description, or there will be links, more right to say, in the descriptions of this tutorial. Okay, so you definitely should go ahead and check them. So shopping bag icon, I'm gonna give it a /default, and here I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm just gonna call it 1. I think it's just simple and straightforward. Yeah, that's 1. And what I will do now, oh, the number 1 is here already. I see I put it there. Okay, good. By the way, so this is kind of like a white number 1, so you don't actually see it. Now I will give this one a black background, and this is already 1. So that's just a shape. There's a number here. You see, that's a number 1. It's there. And this is a bag, white background and black background. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna duplicate it. It already increases the number to 2, and I'm going to hit here number 2, and that is enough and fine for us for now. And I will create a component set which looks already like that. So we have the shopping bag icon, and we have number 2, 1, and the default, or we can call it 0, basically same thing. Okay, now this one, this icon, I will put here. Okay, I will paste to replace, and I will just replace it and put the component here, because then I can change it easily and use that with this shopping bag. And these ones, actually, I'm gonna put it together. Okay, now the reason that I am putting it together and not separate, and not having just interaction between the variants, but I prefer to do it between screens, because I want this behavior that when I keep on scrolling and this is on fixed position, it's still gonna function properly. And I already tried and experienced and know that that with just interaction between variants, it doesn't work very well. It flickers with the fixed position. And anyway, I'm giving you just according to my experience the best way to do it. Of course, there are always different ways and more than one way to create something. I'm just giving you my version of it. Okay, good. So let's auto layout these two. Okay, so I have here, this is called fav plus cart. So these are these two icons, and the structure is that these are both in an auto layout, and I just as you see, it's aligned to the right, and I just made it longer, that when this one actually goes up, it covers it properly. But actually, it doesn't matter that much, just keeping the right structure, because this is going into their own frame, I guess. Yeah, so you know what? I'll do something like that. Let me see. This is, wait, okay. This is the bag with items. So that is all that. And I'm gonna auto layout them, and that's okay. It already understands that it's aligned to the right, which is good. That's a new thing, by the way, because before the default was that. So here I'm gonna give it a padding. I'm gonna open this one, and this is the right side padding, and I'm gonna put them like that, because I want this pointer to point to the shopping bag. That's the reason for it. And here I will give it a 0. Okay, so now we have it structured like that. This is good, and I will call this one, let's call it a shopping bag. Yeah, that will be a shopping bag, and that's it. shopping bag plus, sorry, plus icons. I'll always give it names that I understand exactly what's there. And this is a good way to do it. Okay, so this is one. I will duplicate that. And now I'm going to give it the, actually, okay, so this is going to be the 0 items. This is going to be, no, this is going to be actually, yeah, 0 items. Okay, 0 items. And the 0 items anyway is, yeah. So you see, by the way, look, I want to explain something. Now, this bag actually is aligned, constrained to the bottom of this auto layout. Okay, so when it's like that, I can, if it will be like that, okay, aligned or constrained to the top, so when I make this frame smaller, you see it happens something like that. I mean, it doesn't really take it up, it just, I can just close that frame and hide them. Okay, but what I want to do, I want to create this animation of going up and down. So I'm aligning it to the bottom, and when I actually make this frame smaller, you see, you get something like that. So that's the idea. And I want to make this frame, let me see, bag with items, I want to make it opacity 0. Okay, so this is actually collapsed. Here, in this situation, we already have, I'm going to use these variants now, and we will have 1, because this is already 1 item. Okay, so this is the base and the start of our variants. So this is going to be actually, this is 0 items, and this is 1 item. Okay, you can give name to variants after you create the component as well, and the component itself. Sometimes I just design the frames before I make them a component set and already give them the name, that this will be the name of the component itself before the slash, and the name here will be the name of each variant, the name after the slash. So component set, and we are getting now this one. Okay, now let's make it bigger. 1 second, let me click this one and this one. Okay, and now I will take this one and I will duplicate it. Okay, and I will what I did is actually I have this one already collapsed to the top. You see it's here, so I'm just selecting now the one, and what I want to do in this variant, by the way, let me just put the shadow. Look here, I have a shadow which is 12% and 20 blur, and the Y position is like that, meaning the Y position of the shadow itself. And here, not to get kind of like flickers in the animation, I want to give this this shadow opacity 0. Already from experience, I do know that that's what happens. Yes. So anyway, let's do like that. This one is going to be 1 item expanded, and this one is going to be 1 item collapsed. Okay, 1 item collapsed, 1 item expanded. Great. And now the second thing that I will do is connect this X when I close it. I will create an interaction to this part now, to this one. On click, change to, let's give it a smart animate, 300 milliseconds. I guess it's okay. We will see how it goes in the animation and decide exactly if that's what we want to do. And when I click this icon, I want it to open back this frame. Okay, so let's give it a test drive and start see how it goes. So I'm gonna copy this one. I just made it bigger because I'm gonna add the second one here as well. And okay, so now I will place it actually here. I will put it in the where it needs to be. You know what I'm thinking now? Yeah, you know what, I'll do it like that. I will make this one, by the way, I do want to make it at the height of that header. So let's see, the height is 84. Okay, now these are in auto layout. Okay, so no problem to do that. I will make it 84, so that will be like that. Yeah, that's okay. And this will be as well. Let me see now. That is okay, and this will be 84, and it's here. Okay, that's fine. And this one will be also 84. Okay, good. I think it's gonna work better. By the way, let's see if it's too far. I will let's see exactly how it goes. Okay, so great. Oh, but by the way, I don't want to have it inside the header. Let me see. This is the header. No, I want it on top of the header. One second. Oh, sorry, this one. Yeah, I want it outside the header, so I'm gonna have in the fixed section, I'm gonna have this situation. This is going to be on top, and it's going to be here. Yeah, I think that's okay. I will duplicate the screen. I just Control D, which duplicates the screen with everything it has in it. And in this screen, by the way, I will use the one item expanded. So we're gonna have this one. It's already here. So that's fine. But yeah, but now I see that that bothers me. I mean, I don't like this situation. It doesn't look very well, and that's not what I wanted. Anyway, no problem. We will go back to this component and we will fix it. Let's give it a minus. We can now give it a minus. That's, by the way, part of the improvements of the new auto layout. I mean, I could do it before only on space between and only when last one was on top, which was making me actually really crazy sometimes. But now they fixed it that you can change the direction, and you can also do it not only when you're in a space between mode on the auto layout. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it too much right now, but that's the way it is. Okay, so let's see how the animation happens now. I mean, what I'm doing here, by the way, if you're not so familiar with the auto layout, let me just say a word about that. You can also do exactly all the things that I've done here without an auto layout. I mean, the auto layout is not a must for this, whatever I'm doing here, for its success, and it's not going to make it work or not. It's just easier to work like that. Okay, so that's my point. So if you're not familiar with auto layout, so that's okay. I mean, whoever is watching this tutorial, of course. I mean, to anyone who's watching this tutorial, that's what I meant. So anyway, let's go ahead. And now, yeah, it's perfect. So that's the way I want it. and I will duplicate that screen because we want another screen with this situation when it's collapsed. Okay, so now I have them all. Again, I am not doing all the interactions between the variants because, as I told you, it's not going to behave very good. Anyway, so this is a better way to do it. Let me just give some space between these screens, and okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to connect this button, which will lead us to this screen and open the shopping bag. Smart Animate 300 milliseconds. Yeah, I think it's okay. Now here, by the way, so the X will lead us to here, and this one, this icon, will lead us to the situation where the shopping bag is open. So this is how we're going to go in between these situations. Yes, I think this is good. Okay, let's give it a test drive and see how it works. Yeah, let me close this one. Okay. Fit with, let me see that. I don't even know if I opened the right one. Yeah, this one, because there were a few open, so I wanted to make sure that I'm on the right one. Okay, so this is fit with. Okay, and okay, so let's hit this button. Good, we have this shopping cart being opened. Let me just close the Figma UI, and we have it closed and open. It works perfect. Okay, great. So we already have the first part done. Great. So now it works perfectly, and that's very good. And we're gonna go and create the second one. Okay. I like things organized on the screen and not kind of like messy. But anyway, something like that. Of course, by the way, I'm just saying, if I wanted to create the third one, so I'm gonna make, I mean, I would make just another icon here and make it 3. Okay, so basically that's it. I mean, using these icons, that's what I mean. And now what I want to do is I will have this one duplicated. I'm using just the Alt, and in Mac that's an option. I am a PC lover, so all you Mac lovers, sorry, I'm talking in a PC language, but whatever I say control in PC, of course this is a command in Mac, so that's okay. I mean, most of it's like the same thing. And let me just create now the other shopping bag item. So the other shopping bag item, let me see, this one now, this auto layout, it's in hug content, that's okay. And this one is fixed. I'm gonna give it a hug content as well. I think that should be fine. Okay, double click, and we have another one. So you see, this is when you're working with auto layout, these actions, actually it makes them very easy and quick. And the only thing that I need to do here, by the way, is I'm gonna select this shirt and give it the second one color, and that's it. Of course, as I said, in your designs you will just change the images here. You can also make here on the side, if you want to work properly with variants, you can take an image and give it a few variants for you to be easier to work. By the way, you can just, when it's an image, you can just, it doesn't matter that there's a different one on the component. I'm just explaining that. You can use this component in any screen you want and just select this image and change it to another image. That's okay. I mean, the behavior of the component is not going to get damaged. That's okay. That's no problem. There's no problem with that. Okay, so now we will also do the same action actually on this one. I'm going to give it proper names as well. This one will be named, where is that? Okay, this will be, how did we call this one? One item expanded. Okay, so this is going to be, of course, two items expanded. Okay, so two items expanded, and this will be, let me copy just this one, and this will be two items collapse, which I will do it right now. I'm just giving it a name. Okay, so that will be the collapsed one, and the collapsed one, I will do it here. I'm bringing it back to 0. Okay, so that's going to be like that. And the reason I'm doing that is that I don't want the bag to collapse. Look here, I will explain that. When I open it, you see it comes to here, and when I collapse it, it doesn't go like again to this, because when I open it, you see, this is the end of the component. I want it to be collapsed when it's already here and not here, because it just doesn't look so nice. So anyway, looks better like that. So that's the reason I'm doing that. And now what I will do, let's see that, okay, this is aligned to the, or constrained more right to say, to the bottom, and I'm gonna do the same thing like that, and I will make its shadow 0, and I will make this whole frame actually 0, like I did there. Okay, so we are from 100% opacity to 0, and again 0 on the shadow as well. It's important. It flickers. I just know it from experience. Yeah, and one thing that is still left to do here is, yeah, I need to change this one to 2 items, because now we have here 2 items. Actually, this color as well, I'll change it, and this is going to be dirty blue. Don't know why I call it dirty orange. Yeah, because it's kind of like, anyway. So dirty orange and dirty blue is going to be our colors, and that's okay. By the way, I do have to change it here as well. Yeah, open it again. The $1,000,000 question. Okay, yeah, let's open it again. That's okay. Let's see. Let's fix it not to have kind of like a strange behavior there. Okay, so second, you know what? Let's make it easier. I'll just duplicate that instead of getting messy with the other ones. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll just redo it quickly. So that is our second one that we actually named it copy. Sorry for doing it again. I will do it again very quickly, and that is going to be collapsed. We will give it now a 0, and take this one actually. Yeah, we'll take this one and we'll do it. We'll give it a opacity 0, and also the shadow, as I said, is going to be 0, and we have it set. Okay, good. So now we can actually duplicate. Let's see what happens here. This, okay, so we have this button, and we have it removed, so that works great, and this one works perfect. Okay, good. So that part we got covered, and now what we will do actually is I will duplicate these 2 screens. I will take them to here. Good. And we'll just have to hook them all up to have it up and running. So this one actually, I will take it the two items expanded here, and here it's going to be the two items collapsed, which is good. Okay, and now we're gonna have this one, this button actually taken us to here, and I will give it a 400 milliseconds now because it opens up a longer item. Okay, so when you animate, you have to take under consideration also the how big is the item that you are animating to or with. So here this item is shorter, so I give it a 300 milliseconds when it opens, and here this one is bigger, so I'm giving it a 400 milliseconds. Okay, so that's okay. And this one, the remove, I'm gonna hook up to here. This one actually can be 300 milliseconds, and that's okay. That can be a bit shorter. And the X is already hooked up to here. I will give it a 400 millisecond. The interaction actually came from here. Okay, we already have it here. So when I duplicated the screens, it duplicated it with the interaction as well. But I gave it a longer interaction because now we are closing, as I explained, a longer item. And here as well, the same thing. I will give it a 400 milliseconds. In my opinion, basically we are all done. I think so. Okay, so we have this one, and we have, oh sorry, I just need to hook up this button from here as well. Okay, good. So we can give this option as well from here. And now, okay, great. We have this second product opens, and it also, we can remove it, and that's great. We can remove this one as well. And let's go again. We will add, I'm gonna close it, and let's add another item here, and it opens both of them. I can remove that, I can close it, I can add it from here, I can close it here, collapse, expand it as well. I see that the shadow kind of flickers here. It doesn't, I don't know, sometimes it behaves a bit funny. Let me just check it for 1 minute. I think I did, by the way. Let me see the shadow. Where was it? Yeah, the shadow, I did give it a 0 opacity. Yeah, sometimes it kind of flickers a bit. Yeah, it doesn't perfectly animate shadows. Sometimes that's the way it is. So, you know, I'm not fighting with it too much. You just have to get used to it. But sometimes it's a bit annoying. And this one, yeah, but practically it works great. And that's about it, I guess, guys. So everything is ready. And as I said, the reason that I did it, the animation between screens, okay, and not only interaction between variants, is that I wanted to work properly also when it's sticky. These are sticky, and I can still interact between these screens, and it works really nice. And when you show it to someone, so they just see the prototype, and it looks great. And we did a good demo for what we wanted to create. So that's about it, guys. I hope, of course, this tutorial was helpful, and it was practical. And of course, I would be very happy for your like, and would be more happy if you subscribe to my channel. Cool tutorials are coming up ahead. And thank you so much for watching it. Bye for now. See you in the next tutorial. Bye for now. Bye bye.